Hey there, everybody. Getting ready to play a few more preview games, this time with Johns. I missed the last couple days, but we're going to start here. I'm just going to try and get my opening, and then I'll talk about the cards so that Johns doesn't have to wait. This seems good enough. So, in the past few days, there have been some further cards previewed, of course. I suppose if you're watching this, you're very likely to already know this, but if you're not, one new mechanic is horses. We don't have any cards with horses in this kingdom, but another new mechanic introduces the exile mat. The exile mat is just a place where cards can go by various effects, and then they're no longer in your deck, but they're not in your hand or your discard pile, but they count as your cards. And to get things off the exile mat, you have to gain another card or gain another copy of those cards. And then you can either choose when you gain one of those cards to take none of the cards off the exile mat or all of them. And Coven is a cursor that plays around with that. What are we going to do here? We don't have draw, so it's going to be a money board. Anyways, Coven is the thing that puts curses directly onto your opponent's exile mat, and so the curses aren't junking their deck, they're just lowering their score unless the curse is empty, and then one more play of Coven puts the puts the exiled curses into their deck. Things move from the exile mat by being discarded. It doesn't count as gaining, but anyway. And there are new events, and this event is, what should I get here? Warehouse actually would have been an okay opening. It would be still reasonable to get one, actually. There are new events. Toil is one such. You get you get a buyback, $2. You can play an action from your hand, so it's a kind of lets you play your terminals at the end of your turn if you have money, or if they're terminals that produce money, then you can get that money back by playing them, so that it's basically money neutral, but and also buy neutral. So it just lets you play excess terminals, especially the economy ones, quite easily. Wow, this could be really bad. Potentially this draw could be very, very bad. I forgot. And then the other new thing are ways. Ways are alternative things to do when you play an action card. Any action card, instead of following its own instructions, can do what the way says, and then you use just some other thing. So the way the mole in this case is +1 action, discard your hand +3 cards. Okay. That didn't work out very well. These draws were really bad. For me. Where it was both bottom decked and whiffed. So, what did he get? A Coven? Yeah, he's around a Coven. I've done nothing, basically, so far. Shoot. Yeah, you should be able to do sort of a Way of the Mole thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I should have maybe played the Snowy Village first. There were some upsides both directions. This didn't quite work out. I really need to hit 5. Or 7 is also really nice, but yeah, Way of the Mole's gonna let you chain actions here. I wasn't thinking before. But he's going to just like run over me here. He's just too far ahead. But that's okay. We'll play more games. This will be a coven for me. I don't really remember what my last cards are. Yeah, I probably should have molded that. Though it would have been a pretty bad thing to put in the shuffle, to be honest. Yeah, let's try and play the money lender if possible. Okay. Would have been nice to get to the coven as well, but is he up to the 3 covens? Yeah, this is going to be a slaughterhouse. Actually, let's just go on to the next game. I think there's pretty much no hope. I would have liked to see a kiln for him actually, but he was well on his way. The money, yeah. So here we've got Baker and oh, he has 5 as well. Okay. So it's the same kind of thing. I will again talk about the new cards in a moment, but I think I'll open first. I mean, you're gonna go for champion. You don't have to open a remake necessarily. We got Way of the Ox. Oh, okay, we got new waves. Okay. All right, so the new events here, the new event this time is Populate, which is 10 gain one card from each action supply pile, which is crazy. And then Way of the Ox, which is just Necropolis for whatever thing. And then Stockpile is another exile card. So when you play it, it gets exiled. So to get the stockpile back, you have to gain another stockpile. And then Kiln, I believe we already seen in a previous video. And Snowy Village, of course, we've seen in a previous video and in this stuff. Let's go ahead and get the potion. This will be a raise. Could be dungeon, could be stockpile. One neat trick is that you can play the Travelers using the way, and then it doesn't follow the above the line instructions, but it still does the below the line stuff. And so that'll mean that, for instance, Treasure Hunter, if he's gained a lot of cards and I don't want to gain the silvers, I can play it as Way of the Ox, and then it won't gain the silvers. But it'll still move on into a warrior. So I don't know if that's the play or not. Like here he chose to take the silver. Maybe he didn't need the dollar for sure. So I don't know if it was a mistake on his part or not. I'm not gonna take the silver. Though the silvers are okay-ish here. I mean, they're not that good, but yeah, so populate's pretty wild as an event. Here it should be fine. Everything here is fairly spammable. There's not a lot of payload you get from gaining here. I guess you can remake stuff into treasures. I mean, you get Baker and Kiln. Of course, you'll have Champion. I would like to get a Kiln on my next 5. Assuming I have a 5, I guess. I kind of figure you gain stockpile. Yeah, I agree with that. We're gonna see this Snowy Champion interaction potentially here, which should be funny. He's way ahead of me right now. For sure. There's still a good bit of the game to play, but he's definitely ahead. And he looks like he might just get the champion right away. Yeah. The warrior hit was fine. Oh, there are additional ones. Those hurt a little bit more. It's probably going to be lights out for me. He's going to populate, I assume. I would. Yeah, he's going to... I'll let him play a couple... I don't know how much John cares about this or not, but I'll let him play out a couple turns just because it's kind of a fun... It's a somewhat of a fun little deck to play out, so I will let him play it a little bit. I'm gonna definitely play the treasure hunter, for sure, as a treasure hunter, just for the lulz, and then trigger that shuffle too, and then I'll resign at the end of the turn. Yeah. I didn't watch enough of the games to say shuffle. I watched his match, but I don't really remember shuffle luck about it. I just don't remember how that went, to be honest. Now we've got Livery, King's Court Toil, which is pretty nutty. This is a great board. This is a great board. We got a lot of stuff. All right. And then there's Secret Cave 2, which is also really quite good with Livery. Gaining them or just gaining stuff. So you actually run out of things to buy because there aren't that many spammable greater than 4 or greater costs. besides the King's Courts. But, you know, you can do the liveries, spam liveries pretty well. I don't know what to pair this with. It should be silver. Probably silver is okay. This will be a second masquerade for me, I think. I'm not sure. You have to figure out the balance of and maybe you can just open double mask because of toil. That wouldn't surprise me that was feasible. Both the way and toil make that much more feasible. But this will probably be a snowy village for me. It could certainly have been like a secret cave as well. He's getting a swamp hag, which I'm not as keen on myself. It could have been a King's Court, I guess, but I think this is still better than not. At some point, I do need to do whatever it takes to get the magic lamp. Which probably involves getting a snowy village. Did I get a snowy village? Alright, I have a snowy village. Well, then I can probably just get there. On my own 2 feet. I guess I'll go with... I'm not actually sure of the festival, but... I assume he's gonna do something. Do a something. I wonder if he knows... He didn't play all his treasures again, I think. I think he keeps forgetting that. He did that in his match with Mike. Here I can, well, here I don't have to use, let's see, how much am I? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's nothing special about that. We'll just get a King's Court. They're pretty good cards, I think. Word on the street. I'm pretty way far ahead here at the moment. Yeah, he couldn't quite get the... Okay, so I get activation here, and I get another King's Court. So that should pretty much seal it up, I would think. I'm gonna run pretty far off now, I think. Well, it depends on my next hand a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna run off. I kind of forgot about Weigh the Mole. I don't know if there was ever a spot where I needed to do it, but oh, he's doing it. Okay. Even if he plays Swamp Egg here, I'm fine with just buying whatever things. It's not a big deal. Okay. I have to be, well, at least a little bit careful with this. I do have a Wish down in here and King's Court. I'm trying to think if it's worth it for me to draw on. Well, I'm going to draw one more card, but how many more is not clear to me. I think it's probably worth this. I can King's Court a Swamp Hag. That's probably not that good. I can King Court Masquerade, or I can just play one and have horses. Yeah, I mean, I'm way ahead. Alright. Here we have livery populate. No village to speak. I mean, okay, not no village, but the village is a little wonky here. Quite a few non-terminals to gain, but then no like trash for benefit. So it's a little bit of a strange one. Because I don't know. I just don't know. You can play 5 terminals, which is a lot, but if you populate too many, I mean, you're not going to populate that many times, I guess. Populate would only get you 5 horses if it was livery. Yeah, I mean this is mostly just a minion stack, I think. You could play livery in that minion stack, but I don't know that you go for populate. Maybe I should have gotten livery over first minion. I could believe that. Well, if I draw more estates, I'll just have them. We'll see if he flips me. Yep. Seems right. If I just hit 3 here, I'll pick up a snowy village. I'm not sure about the inventor. It's probably good. I mean, yeah, he's got a snowy village already, so that looks pretty good. So he mold there. I don't know what the maybe there was like shuffle considerations there. Oh yeah, I can mole. Maybe I should mole. That was pretty good. Yeah. We'll see if he tosses here. That was really lucky for me. What's hard for me, the inventor, it doesn't feel like you really want that many of them, but... Oh, that should have been... That 100% should have been the mole thing, but whatever. We'll just... This is a fine 5 bottom cards, actually, so... I mean, definitely should have been... way the mole, but I just forgot. Now that turn was great for him, for sure. Oh. Whoops. I got snowy villaged. I got snowy villaged. It's gonna make the Oasis a lot worse. It's gonna make border guards a lot worse if I pick those up just on a whim. I don't know if it's worse enough to not want to do it, but no, I have it. Well, hopefully he minions that away. All right, here we go. This is a turn. I mean, we're way behind. Particularly if he's able to... It looks like here he's able to sequence stuff such that he got the snowy at this end and with his inventor things. So I expect him to, triple minion or whatever. I mean, not triple, but double minion. Maybe triple. He might have that much money. I don't know what money he has left exactly, but that's still a pretty good quantity of the minions. I guess these are all mine. Yeah, this is gonna be... I'll get a livery. But I mean, on my Snowy Village play, I didn't have a choice. I had to play it when I did it, back when I got action screwed. I mean, I had to do it that way. It wasn't like I made a mistake, a misplay. I mean, it just didn't pan out very well. That it was, there may have been a point where I could have stopped sooner and got a minion. That's the only thing. Though it wouldn't have changed the split, I don't believe. But it would have been I don't know if I've pulled these things up long enough for people to tell what they do. This is a new card. This is a new card. This is a new card. Oh, did I talk about livery? I didn't talk about livery, probably. Well, this is what livery does. I probably didn't talk about what horses are. Horses are just like experiment, basically. They're just a way of storing draw that aren't like plus card tokens. They play like experiments. They're one-shot labs. So those are the cards. What a promising 4 cards. I wonder if he still has his yeah, he does. He's just got enough of the minions that he's able to kind of sequence around, and he's more trashed. So he's able to sequence around when he plays with Snowy Village pretty easily. So it's going to be pretty... Ow. Oh yeah, I can do that thing. Cool. Pretty cool. This should be fairly safe if I play this now, I think. I don't know for a fact that that was true, but I just want to get one province, that's all. That's all I wanted. When he flips me, I will flip into a decent hand, yeah. I still didn't trash there, so that's not very good for my prospects. Yeah, I mean, you really just have to stop and take the province while you can. If it was Way of the Ox, I could have probably villaged the minion and played Masquerade and probably still made it, but not with this guy. I'm waiting for him to manage double sometime, but he hasn't ever gone that far. I could mole this. I could mole one of these guys, which is interesting. Maybe the thing. It doesn't really get me anywhere, though. I mean, not particularly. I can mole this guy now, I guess. Well, that's kind of just sad. That's pretty sad. I discarded him into 4 curses. Oh, I didn't. Oh, wow. I bet he can afford a province. That's where my money's on. That's correct. I don't think we've seen all the new stuff yet. There's a... Here's a new thing. Wave the turtle. This is all the ways. We have covered the ways. We missed one of the events. No, we had it. I just didn't even talk about it, did I? I don't remember now. Anyway, wave the turtle. Set this aside if you did play it at the start of your next turn. So wave the turtle has lots of neat little tricks, like there's a bridge trick. So we'll see if it works here. We'll angle for it, and we'll see how well it does. But there's a wave the turtle. You can keep setting aside the bridges and then do your mega turn when it's good. I don't know what the fastest way to achieve that actually is. I've not played it before. Livery gaining border village, buying border village will be really nice, just in general, I think. I don't know how this is going to pan out if we kind of split the bridges. That's not so clear to me. He gets a stockpile. Here he gets a dungeon. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to get to do the thing where you fully set them aside. And then, of course, bridge with livery doesn't work. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, or if it will actually pan out in my favor. That's not clear to me. I mean, it's fine to have a few set aside. I don't know if it's going to cut it. Maybe I should have blown up there and purchased the rest of them. That I could believe. I should look at my turn. I should try and just get the rest of them now, right? Which is probably only takes playing 2 of these, I would guess. I don't know how good I'll be at getting them down. I don't know what the split went either. Maybe 6-4. Okay, he's getting a scepter. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is fine. What would be nice for me would be, well, like Border Village Scepter would be nice. For sure. But that's not going to happen until I see some of the stockpiles. He's got 3 aside. I've got 3 aside. He doesn't have any of his stockpiles in deck. I don't need another stockpile. I mean, I guess for 3 piles it could matter. I already have 2 dungeons. What's our 3 pile situation? Border villages are probably not going to run all at once. I probably should have taken a Blessed Village at some point. I could believe that for sure. My stockpiles are not in this shuffle, unfortunately. I mean, they might be, but they're kind of down there. He's getting these Border Village Scepter buys, which are really nice. And he's got 3, and I have 3. I mean, I have 4. Okay. Yeah, this wasn't perfect. I just don't want to lower anything such that he can do the 3 pile. This is still a bunch of buys to finish. Does Border Village... Well, that would still be a lot. Once he got just 3 bridges. I don't think Border Village helps me. So I'm just going to buy the Scepter. In case lowering matters for whatever reason. I can do 7 bridges this turn though. So unless he's got a finish... Yeah, he would have had to get the binds, but... Alright, well I got to do the Way of the Turtle thingamajibber. 13. Mildly contested. Well, I mean he contested it. I just got the bridge split, so. Which I should have called it a turn before, but it may not work because of player order. Alright, so we're playing with A-Libby again. This is great. So, oh, a new one. Alright, so Bounty Hunter is a new card. For the, that I haven't made a video about on the previews. It is +1 action. Exile a card from your hand if you didn't have a copy of it in exile. +3 coin. So... it's pretty strong. Non-terminal kind of trashing, and then good economy at the start, and just pretty reasonably strong all around. So what we're lacking here is draw, but otherwise we have a bunch of other stuff because we also have Way of the Ox, which is the Necropolis. We got Populate again. I don't know if we got the 3rd event yet. Maybe we did once and I just didn't talk about it. But in case we don't get it, it's called Commerce. It costs 5, and it says gain a gold per differently named card you've gained this turn. So, if you gain a bunch of different cards, you can get a bunch of golds for cheap, which is pretty cool. I don't know what you do here. There's not. I mean, you can get super thin. That's easy. And then I don't know what you play. It's not clear to me that you actually want a bounty hunter versus just like a chapel and like money, but it seems reasonable in any case. It'll potentially give you a points lead. Like if they one thing that is interesting is the castle bounty hunter interaction, which is I think pretty favorable. You keep getting the money because all the castles, of course, are unique in a 2-player game. So you could get the money for every castle you put aside, which is pretty cute. I don't know if it's like good, but it's strong enough to care about right now. But it's certainly a reasonably good thing, I think, in general. I mean, you're not going to complain about keep getting money from your bounty hunters. Whether it's a reason to go for castles on any given board is probably not. That's probably not a big deal, but that probably doesn't push you that hard in that direction. Bridge Troll is also below the line stuff, so we can sometimes play the trolls as using Way of the Ox, and we'll still get the price reduction, just not the buy or the attack or the duration buy. I could really just try the castle thing, but I'm gonna get a stockpile. I think it's good. We'll be able to exile the chapels themselves here in a little bit, but for now I'm going to do one here and then trash one and go replace them. So here, I didn't point it out in the last one, but I put a stockpile on the mat immediately when playing it, and then when I buy one, I can choose to discard from exile if I want, so I get the other one back, which is neat. I might play this as a Necro and trash. There's not a big advantage to playing it as a Necro. Well, actually, okay, here's why I'll do it. I get to trash. I only have $2, but since I played it, I get the money back and I can buy another stockpile. So I might go for the castles on my turn. You can play several bridge trolls. Maybe you just go for a really heavy bridge troll deck. It would be interesting, to say the least. I'll just try it. We'll see what happens if we get this many bridge trolls in play. He's getting flag bearer. Okay. I mean, I can take it second now. I don't know if I should get a stockpile or not. I think I will. Just one, though. I'm going to have a lot of buys. I don't know what I should get. I'm going to be able to run through quite a number of the castles if I want to at this point. Maybe another bounty hunter would have been okay. Okay, he took the flag back, but that's fine with me. I can get... I don't know if I can get the last two, but I can certainly get... correct myself. I don't know if I can get the last three, but I can certainly get the last two. I will take the flag bearer back, and then I'll go ahead and buy the rest of these. And I'll just be able to win on my turn. Well, maybe. I don't know if I quite have enough for it, but probably. I have to get to 9. Oh yeah, I just already have it. Okay. Whoops. That was really nice from with Ox. I was thinking the decks would be kind of duddy, but that was quite powerful. Like, that was like really good. The deck. I probably had lucky draws, but the just the way the Ox Bridge Troll thing just in and of itself was really, really good. Worked really well. And then stockpiles were there to give you money to be able to afford the Bridge Trolls. And of course the buys were good with the cost reduction. So it was just, ended up being really nice all around. I did have great draws for trashing. I wasn't watching his. It seemed like he was a little slower. So maybe his chapel even missed. I wasn't watching closely. It looked like he was behind on trashing. So it was probably cards missing a shuffle. Is what it looked like. Anyway, here we have big stuff. I'm going to open Black Market, but there's Kiln and City Quarter, and then there's Patron as well, and there's buy, lots of buy. So I think Patron's good. I think Bard would not be like totally unreasonable. I think Minion is pretty good as far as, I mean, I don't think anything in the kingdom is better for me at this point in time. I will want Kilns, but they're going to be better once actually have some more things in deck to gain. And they're better once I played Patron a time or two. Well, really just now even is enough, so that I can order it to come before an action if I want. So that's pretty good. I think I get another Patron. This will probably just be a workers' village for me. There may be something to be said for getting an animal fair at some point. But for now, this is good. Here I can play and I will do this. I'm going to play the black market and then discard. Do it like this. I think we'll just take the silk merchant. So that was all pretty good, I think. This should be able to use a kiln to gain a patron here. And I think I'm ready to go ahead and try a city quarter. We could wait another shuffle, but the biggest thing about the city quarter timing is just whether you want to try and avoid getting hit on trying to avoid, if you want to play your black market, that's the issue, I guess. Both merchant and snowy village are not that good for me. Maybe just another black market. Here we'll just take the city quarter rather than drawing the card. Like, it's worth it to get the gain. And we'll buy a patron, I think. Maybe a workers' village. You don't need a huge number of patrons. I could have played that as Ox. It didn't make a difference. I guess it would have been the same in that case. I don't know how many. He has the second workers' village. Okay. We're gonna end up with some of all of these things, so it's not a huge deal, but. Again, I mean, like, if you have a lot of patrons, it makes your I'm thinking about the bishop too, actually. There was 0. I should actually wait. When I have if I had a buck, it might have had some advantage, but there was $0. I should not actually buy the city quarter yet. That's just like sloppy. He definitely has more patrons, but if I get the trashing and I end up with the actual drawing deck first, then it won't matter. So let's see what we can do here. We're not going to be able to buy anything here, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not going to play it. I guess I could have done it differently. But, well, that wouldn't matter. I'll probably play the first 2 city quarters as draw and just wait and see if I get another kiln. Depends on how many more actions I find off the first play of city quarter. But if it looks like I can draw a lot, I'll keep playing the city quarters. And if it looks like I'm just gonna kind of come to the end of the shuffle, I'll just buy the whatever. So he's getting some trashing here now, so that's gonna help him a lot. For sure. Now Animal Fair is going to start looking like a more appealing thing. I have the priest, so there's some little tricks I can do with cash. It may not matter. But he definitely has more patrons. Hopefully those are just junky, at least a little bit. So I'm drawing 4 cards. I'm going to trigger shuffle regardless. I'm willing to try for another city quarter. I didn't get it, but that's okay. It's not. This is a lot of my coppers here. So I should get another kiln. I mean, I can also green a little bit. It's not really that good. Unfortunately, a lot of this is just going to depend on who draws stuff here at the end. But he has a lot of patrons. That's one thing that does make me feel a little reassured, is he has a lot of those. Here I can play priest and then play black market and I'll minion discard. My province is a little questionable. It's okay though. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm probably playing around a 3 pile, but if he's able to do it, he just wins anyway, so it's probably not that reasonable of a way to do it, to try and play around it. I don't think I want any of these. I mean, the Haven's alright. The Haven's pretty good. Yeah, look at the Haven. Okay. How good this turn is going to depend a lot on... Yeah. Let's set a patron aside. We didn't find another city quarter, which is pretty unfortunate. I can just trash the province. It's okay-ish. I will take the Den of Sin. And I will buy another province. Hopefully, Den plus Haven lets me actually kick off. now we're going to start doing this. This should just be the game. See if there's anything in here we get that's useful. I'm going to say no. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it matters, so. It's just super the end of it. Just make sure I have enough money. I shouldn't have done the bishop. The bishop was I shouldn't have done. That was bad. I do think he went too far on the patrons, but because I think he had 6 like even before I even got the last one. I don't really remember for sure. That I don't remember, but it would have been better to not have 6. I think you don't need 6. It hurts the drawing a little bit. This is going to be a livery thing with barge. I'm not sure. If you do alchemist or not. Alchemist might just get in the way. Or not get in the way, but just be like not needed. It's probably bad. It's probably okay in the middle and pretty bad at the start and at the end relative to the other stuff you'd probably want to do here. Fool will help it a little. Well, lucky coin, I mean, will help it a little bit in being less bad, I think, at the start. Just in terms of you're not missing 5 because of your potion open as much. But you really want to get the livery stuff going. I think it'll work. I don't know. It would help if there were a regular village or like a lab variant. I guess there is a lab variant. It would help if there was a lab variant that cost 4 or more, is what I'm thinking. But this is still pretty good. We will be able to get alchemist here. We still haven't. Oh no, we had commerce. Yeah. I forgot to right click on it. But anyway, you saw it. I bought it at the end. This is gonna be a lackeys for me, I believe. It could just be a snowy village, actually. That seems fine. Hopefully I get something in here that's the equivalent of a buck in some way. Some way or another. Doesn't have to be this order will probably do it. Okay, well I found the yeah. I gotta think here. I didn't actually get the buck, did I? So I think I still would like the silver. I won't like the silver forever. Yeah, I didn't have enough money to toil the alchemist and try and get it top deck. I needed like another $1. If I'd drawn the silver, I think I would have been able to do it, maybe? I don't know. Would have been closer anyway. Now the question is, do I want the potion or do I want the 5? Do I want the alchemist or do I want the 5? I'm gonna go for the... I don't think it would have worked. It's very possible that the 5 was better. Because like barge is good here and livery's good. Lackeys is pretty good here. It's okay. He's got a lot of villagers. I didn't notice that. I haven't been tracking his turns all that well. 4 is not a good amount of money to have here. Storm, I'm not in love with the storm. Just as a general thing. This would be a nice turn for me though, because I'm going to start top decking these guys. I guess Storm's good once you have a lot of alchemists. Flame is hanging out in here, so I'm kind of wondering if I should keep the estate. Yep, that's powerful boon tracking for you. It's probably better to just not trigger and top deck 2. Do I want the barge or do I want the livery? Let's go with the livery, it's fun. I'm somehow coming out way on top of this fool stuff, just by luck, I think. I think my boons have been a lot better. And I'm getting I'm having the fool, or I'm having Lost in the Woods for like a few turns, and he's just playing the fool, and then I'm immediately taking it from him. Just the way it's working out in the draws. So we'll see if I do it again or not. Like, and I got Wisp, and I hit a estate on flames. Yeah, we're not gonna toss this. 0. Use 0 villagers while I can. This was also lucky. He did get to keep the... Should I get a storm? I just have the... Let's go with the lackeys. He does get to do Lost in the Woods once. I was real lucky to get the potion there. Which one did he get? Sun? Is night still around? Or whatever it's called? Moon? Oh, he got moon. Moon is what I was thinking of. Moon would have been nice to top deck potion, but I guess I'm not going to get that. So probably play the fool like second before the last alchemist. Something like that. It's unlikely to get me to the potion somehow, but what would have actually been nice is like some actual buy. These are mostly coppers, aren't they? Yeah. Since we have lackeys, we can wait a little bit on the fool. Plus 1 card, plus 2 cards. I will discard for a thing. What kind of thing do we want? Maybe the storm is good. I don't know. 0 villagers. Okay. That was really fortunate for me. I need more liveries, more barges. And then eventually wine merchants, maybe? I don't know. It's not clear. They work with toil, but... you know, merchant ships even work with toil. I guess that's true, actually. I think next step is... this probably doesn't hurt. So we play now. We draw a deck. Okay. We will play the coin at some point in the future. Wow, this is wild. I just must have gotten way luckier. I wasn't watching his turn super closely, but I don't know any reason why the deck should be this far apart other than me having been able to afford alchemists and then drawing potions at good times. Because I don't think he made like bad buys that I remember at all. He has a lot of lackeys, but maybe that's just what he could afford. That's the only thing I would be a little bit questioning is the number of lackeys he has. But it may have been mostly a feature of him just getting stuck with that stuff. We need to try and get to the potion. Yeah, but beyond that, it's not a big deal whether we play all this stuff necessarily. We should try and get to the liveries, but it's not a huge deal if we don't play the fool right now. Probably the coin is good, but we won't do it yet. I'm not going to spend the 2 on the thing. We can just do this. Why am I clicking like this? So we got 9 horses. Next turn I really will just need to start greening. I mean, or a pile. I guess I probably can pile. One of those liveries could have been wine merchant. But okay, I probably won't be able to just straight pile because he greened a little bit. It would be good here, if possible, to actually, I'm just going to have so many horses, it'll be fine. Now I think I have 18 horses. I don't think he has the buys for it, but I didn't really check on the estate or the money. Well, he might have the money, but I didn't really check the estate line. I don't think I have $32 because I haven't been playing the I have not been playing the lucky coin. So that I'm not sure of, but if we have $32 or not, probably we do. Would be my guess. Yeah, okay. Oh, I should have used villagers. I forgot to use villagers. Whatever. How much money is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, this should be enough. I gotta play one of these for buys though. managed to confuse myself a little bit here, but I think this will still be enough. Just barely. Just exactly. Yeah, like obviously I could have got a little more there. I messed up the villager thing on the snowy village. Was a thing I botched up. The folks are leaving. I'm willing to do more if he is. So that was a pretty wild livery. Livery and toil are really good together. They're like, because the liveries produce the money to replace what it costs to buy the toil. Plus you even net $1 on it, so you can go pretty wild on the liveries with toil if you want. I don't know if there's any special way the turtle interaction's going on here other than just like setting aside a doctor indefinitely after you've trashed a little bit. That's a possibility. Other than that, here I think you're probably just looking at like something into hordes maybe, and then having caravans and barges. So what it looks like to me. I'm not sure on the opening. You could try to open Bounty Hunter like Shantytown and then try and do a doctor overpay. That's what I'm going to try. Rather than just, you can also just open the doctor. I think that would be fine as well. So like here I'm going to try the overpay, though I may hit the shanty, of course, that's still fine. He got the dreamer, the good shuffle. He got that one. I gotta think here. Somehow I gotta get to 6 once. Probably is good. These are not the best draws for me. The Shantytown may activate. Well, I'm likely to get at least one. Well, I'll get at least one copper trash, maybe 2. So they're fine. And then I can bounty hunter a doctor. I'm not going to get an herbalist, I don't think at all. It just looks not very good to me. This will probably be a horde. And I'll probably go ahead and just set the doctor aside, right? I don't need him anymore. Could be barge. It's fine as well. I might populate once, actually. If I get the draw for it, which I just did, I think I'm going to populate. Because I can set stuff aside with Bounty Hunter, and also, I don't know, I'm going to have the villages, really. You get enough non-terminals and villages in the mix that it should be fine. And then you can Bounty Hunter stuff away and be fairly happy with it. in my opinion. So let's try it. I don't think the order matters. There's no on-gain effects. This is kind of the well, this is an unfortunate first draw off it, but it's not that bad. I'll probably just turtle the taxman away. I don't know if I want to play it or not, to be honest. He might just kind of churn through the provinces here, to be perfectly honest. Let me think. I think the taxman, I mean, the attack's not nothing. But the gaining of the gold at the moment is pretty bad, and having the taxman in the deck is not that good either. I'm gonna try it just because you know I have the taxman. I feel like I should live a little. Shantytown. He's got a nice draw again. He's got a really nice draw again. So this is looking pretty pretty hard for me at this point. Because he's going to for sure province. He's going to set aside a province, and then he gets to draw off Shanty. He was barging anyway, so it was not... He didn't have to get that hand. That just happened to be his hand, but he didn't have to have it. So it wasn't... It wasn't like that lucky. It was that he was able to do that. I wouldn't say at all. It's not great again. He may have been better off at some point not buying or not what am I trying to say? Who knows? That was good for me. I don't know. What did I set all aside? Who knows? Taxman. I guess I'm not that far behind in points. If he ever double provinces, though, then it's going to be bad news bears. And even one at a time is not good. Not particularly good for me. I'm basically stuck on duchies. I can't really take provinces. Not at this point. Let's get our caravan. Let's get our barge draw. Let's go ahead and take... Well, this is going to stay. Let's go ahead and play the shantytown. That was nice. That was really clean, actually. Can he double? Did he take a goal? He did. So he can double now if he draws everything. Pardon me. I don't think the estate helps me. Ooh, that's really nice for him. Yeah, he probably just doubles. Yep, he definitely doubles. Because he drew deck. He was really likely to draw deck, I think. He didn't need the shantytown draw necessarily to get there. He could play the shantytown. He didn't need the draw, though, I don't think. I mean, it depends on what he had in hand, right? It's not impossible that he would need it, but I don't think there's a world where he misses province next turn. I don't think there's a draw that exists. Probably technically there is one. But it's very, very unlikely. Because he basically has to... I mean, yeah, it's not going to happen. Why I set aside Horde even is not clear. I mean, I guess I'll make him buy it, but he's going to have it. Even if I'd found the 2 barges, I would have been short on buys. It does look like he just kind of barely got there, actually. In which case I kind of had an out. If he just has 42, maybe not. That's probably still half VP. Because I'm already sitting at like all the duchies. Alright. I think I'll do one more and then quit. If he hasn't. Yeah, okay. There is Way of the Turtle. I haven't tried Way of the Turtle Bridge Troll. It's not going to be quite as good as Bridge. Well, I guess the thing is you can split it up over a couple turns if that's advantageous to you. The thing that helps here is that you can buy, or you can pay toil to get things on the map, or play your terminals a little faster. Though I don't know how much that matters. Also, Engineer will let you gain some of them a little bit quicker. Gotta think. It feels like it could work. I don't know about the Engineer open or not. Probably not a good opening. But Moneylender Masquerade could be reasonable. I'm not sure if I would open Coven. I think I would be more inclined to open Bridge Troll or Witch myself. But I don't want to get a Coven, I don't think. I think I'm just going to let him play him and hope I can finish the game before it's a thing. It's going to be a lot harder to buy. It's going to be a lot harder to gain all the bridge trolls you want than it was for the deck that was just gaining bridges. This is pretty likely to just draw some sort of I guess I can play this in a different order. I was about to play that in a definitely wrong order. If we have engineer here, yeah, we'll trash that. We'll blow that up. We'll play the bridge troll, then we'll blow them up, and we'll also play the moneylender. Using toil. So take a silver. Actually, let's just get an engineer. Oh, I have a bridge troll in play. This would work way better with bridge. I'm not even sure that what I'm doing will work, period. Kiln might have been nice. Yeah, maybe Kiln's the way to get the bridge trolls. He's getting another coven. He has a lot of covens. I didn't realize he had quite so many. I need to play the engineer, so I gotta draw on. Not clear I should keep the moneylender anymore. Not clear to me anyway. It would be nice to know at some point how many bridge trolls do I have? 4? How many do I realistically need for this shebang? Yeah. He's certainly going to get the curses into my deck in time. Let's turtle it. Yeah, this is a big nope on that. Then once I have 10 curses, it'll be an interesting thing. If I can get the bridge trolls in time. Not sure. There's always a chance I can do duchies, I suppose. Do I want an engineer? I think I'm going to try and just get by on kilns. I feel like he doesn't have like 3 pile threats, so I know I'm gonna have the curses, but I already have the curses, so so we're up to 3. Oh, I need to do this a certain order too, right? Well, I mean, the basic gist of it is that I can't use the treasures. Or not maybe in the way I want. I think this way it gives me $1, but it didn't matter. Well, I got 5 of them set aside, or 4. Got 4 of them set aside. Here comes that. Now the hard thing is going to be getting the kilns to pair up with anything. Of course, I'm going to be able to pass some curses and stuff, but now he's going to get some bridge trolls. Maybe. I didn't even draw a single curse. He played the bridge troll, right? Yeah, so this is going to cut me off from playing one of these guys. That sucks. That sucks. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's just a crummy draw. These next 13 cards are like 10 curses. There's a kiln in there, but hopefully there's a bridge troll. I mean, it probably won't pair, but I can at least play it. I need to wait till after I see the kiln to get the engineer, because then I can think about it, but before the kiln, I need to have the money in case I need to not be in debt in case I had collided kiln with bridge troll. Basically, is the thing. The thing is, if he lowers the bridge trolls, then one turn I crank him up and I buy half the duchies, right? Like even here, I'm close to. I mean, I can just fire, right? Like 10 is enough to just win, I believe. If I buy 8 duchies, I mean, what is he going to do? He doesn't have anything set aside. I buy 8. If I buy 5 duchies this turn, what does he do? He provinces. Is that even enough? I think it works, right? 15 points will bring me to 6. And then, I mean, he can duchy, but he doesn't have an engineer. I think this works. If he hadn't lowered the bridge trolls, this wouldn't have worked, but it would have worked eventually. I mean, this is the same thing would have happened just later. I probably could have fired off a turn before. I'm not sure. The turn I had just drawn the bridge troll, maybe. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the new cards. I may get on tomorrow for the last set of cards. So there'll be the last set of cards tomorrow, and then I'll probably maybe record 1 or 2 more times over the weekend. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all later.